If you're willing to forgive my debt, I can make the church bell ring again. Segel's voice echoed through the abandoned church. Startling pigeons from Seraptes, standing across from her was Thomas, the Townsend de Mayor. 10 years ago, a fire destroyed the church's bell tower. It also took the lives of Thomas's wife and daughter. Sarsanast was the girl's father. He was sentenced to die as years in prison. For a decade. The church bells never rang again. And Thomas never truly smiled again either. The bell is broken. So are people's hearts. Thomas's voice sounded like a rusty dying door. Your father committed a crime, except die as years. But what does that change? Some wounds never heal. Segel's father stood nearby. It was his first time back in the church since completing his sentence. His head was lowered. Right hair trembled in the wind. Lily. Stop Isidore Arceli, it's my fault. I don't deserve forgiveness. But Lily didn't step back. She walked to the collapsed remains of the bell tower and opened a small wooden box from her backpack. Inside were polished copper plates, each one engraved with the name of a town resident. My father and I spent years making this. She looked straight at Thomas, a worked on them in prison. He carved the names on the outside. Separated by embers, we finished them one by one. Aside he couldn't undo the fire, but he could spend the rest of his life making amends. If the bell was destroyed, we'd build a new one alone. As someone was still willing to listen, Thomas stared at the copper plates. He remembered his wife and daughter, how they used to stand in the square listening to the bells. He remembered the fire. How the same men had run back inside to save him, and how, blinded by rage, Thomas had called him a monster. Anyway, why should he believe the daughter of an arsonist? Thomas's voice shook even as he took a step closer. Lily didn't tense. She walked to the remaining gears of the bell tower and gently turned the switch she had repaired herself. Click. The copper plates, now hanging like a novel stand, began to sway. The wind passed through the broken dome, carrying the clear, gentle sound of copper striking copper. Just like years ago, slowly the sound spread across the town. Thomas stood frozen. Tears fell silently. He remembered the words engraved on his wife and daughter's gravestone. Love can overcome everything, even hatred, that day. The whole town had it. For the first time in 10 years, the church bells rang again. Inside that sound was 10 years of repentance, a girl's unyielding hope, and an old man finally releasing his pain. And in that moment, what was awakened wasn't just the bell, but the goodness many hearts had long stopped believing in. If you were standing in those ruins, would you choose to keep hating, or would you learn to forgive?